From the heart of Las Vegas, this is The Middle Ground, your destination for balanced conversations, real issues, and common sense solutions. Hosted by Tom Letizia, The Middle Ground starts now.
Good morning, Las Vegas, and welcome back to the Middle Ground radio show. It's a Thursday morning, and we're so happy to be here with you this morning. Tom Letizia here, and joined as always by one of the sharpest minds in the business, Nick Bogdanovich from Boomer's Sportsbook. And we're heading into a huge slate of NFL action. Of course, Thursday night football is here with us tonight. We're loaded with a Sunday board and a strong Monday night matchup. The lines are tight. There are playoff implications everywhere, and Boomer's bettors are fired up. Nick, great to have you back here on the Middle Show.
It's great to be here, Tom.
We got a great lineup tonight. Russell, why don't you kick it off for Nick? Because this is probably the premier Thursday night matchup of the year. Russ?
Tonight, Cowboys at Lions. This one feels like a track meet waiting to happen. Dallas is explosive when they're rolling. Detroit is tough at home, and both offenses can push this thing into the 30s. The Lions are laying a field goal, and Nick, you know how Ford Field gets when the crowd is going. But the big question, can the Cowboys keep the pace if this turns into a shootout, or is Detroit's physicality the difference? Nick, how do you see this one? Are bettors leaning towards the Lions at home, or are they grabbing the points with Dallas? And what about the big total, 54.5? Too high or just right?
Yeah, good two-way action so far in this game. So equal action on the Cowboys and the Lions. I do think the total will reach 54.5. I anticipate something like 38-31, something really high scoring. Only concern is Detroit's really banged up. They got 4 offensive linemen that are questionable tonight. Hopefully a high majority of them play. Their best receiver, St. Brown, has got a real bad ankle. He may not play. Their tight end's already out, Laporta. So Detroit is sort of like a mash unit. So it's going to be interesting, but it's going to be a heck of a game. Like you said, both teams need the game desperately. It should be one heck of a game and very entertaining, and one I'll be watching from start to finish.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And you got two great teams here. Cowboys 6-5-1 at the Lions 7-5. Game will be on tonight, 5:15 p.m. at Ford Field in Detroit. And you can see that game on Prime Video tonight. So that's going to be a heck of a matchup. I can't wait for that one. We got the Bengals at the Bills on Sunday. The Bills are minus 5.5. You've got a total of 52.5. Two AFC teams trying to prove they belong in playoff conversation. Of course, the Bills, kind of surprising right now, haven't been playing their kind of ball that they're accustomed to. Nick, do the Bengals keep this close? We got Burrow back. They looked like a different team last week. Or is Buffalo finally finding the rhythm again?
Yeah, I mean, the Bengals are a completely different team with Joe Burrow. He makes it all happen. They're practically unstoppable when he's on the field. Their defense has been playing better lately, so I do think this will be a competitive game. Buffalo's coming off a great win against Pittsburgh. Look like the AFC bully we all know them to be. But I do believe that Joe Cool will go into Buffalo and keep this one close.
Yeah, they're still trying to, take that NFL American Conference lead away from New England. New England surprising everyone at 11-2, and of course the Buffalo Bills at 8-4 right now.
Colts at Jaguars. The AFC South is a weekly puzzle. The Colts are actually road favorites, never a common sight, and Jacksonville has been up and down all year. Both teams can move the ball but struggle with consistency. What's the right read here, Nick? Is Indy the better team, or do the Jags offer value as a short home dog?
Yeah, I think the Jags offer some value as a short home dog. Trevor Lawrence is playing solid. Travis Etienne is running again like he's a young man. They got Jacoby Myers from the Raiders, really helped their receiving core, and their defense can be suffocating at times. So I do believe that Jacksonville is the way to look in this game, even though they will have to play really well to beat the Colts.
Yeah, good matchup though. 2 8-4 teams going at it for the South, and that should be a good ball game to watch. Okay, so we got Dolphins at the Jets. The Dolphins are -3. Boomers has the total at 41.5. Miami brings the speed. The Jets bring the defense. When it shows up, of course. The Jets' offense has been sputtering, which is why they're going home as a dog again. The total at 41.5. Vegas expecting a grind. Nick, can the Jets slow down Miami enough to keep this close, or is 3 too cheap for the Dolphins?
Yeah, I think it'll be a close game. The Jets have not quit, even though they're a bad outfit. Tyrod Taylor is, I think, definitely a better quarterback than Justin Fields. He proves that he can make them look respectable. And I'll give the Dolphins credit, too. They didn't quit. They were a complete mess, lost Tyreek Hill and traded some pieces, but they didn't quit. So hats off. These are two bad football teams, but I'm going to give them some kudos for not quitting. I appreciate when they show up on a Sunday and give a good effort.
Saints at Buccaneers. New Orleans is walking into Tampa Bay beat up and inconsistent, and the market clearly doesn't trust them. 9-point dogs. Tampa's defense has looked sharper lately, and the Saints' offense still hasn't found answers. Nick, is this number justified, and do we see any chance New Orleans keeps this respectable?
New Orleans is sort of like the Dolphins and Jets I mentioned. They have not quit. Their defense really plays hard. Their offense is a wreck. Their best receiver Chris Olive has a bad back. Alvin Kamara probably missed, and they're breaking in a rookie quarterback, Tyler Shuggs. So New Orleans won't quit. They'll go in and compete, but I think Tampa will be too much for them. Look for Baker Mayfield and the boys to get a nice, comfortable victory.
Steelers at Ravens. The Ravens are -6. Total is at 43. This rivalry always is a smash-mouth football game, and Pittsburgh can't score. Baltimore can score on anyone, but games between these two are usually tight and low-scoring. 6 points is a big ask in a rivalry like this. Nick, is this too many points for a Ravens-Steelers matchup, or are the Steelers simply outgunned?
They might be. Steelers looked really bad last week. Aaron Rodgers is playing with a broken wrist on his non-throwing arm, and he looked very uncomfortable, and it was just a mess. So desperation time really for both teams. So whoever wins this game is really going to have a leg up on the other. So this is a huge, huge game. I expect it to be really ugly, really physical. Lamar is still not 100%. I mean, he says he's fine, but you can see when he runs, he's not the electric deer we've all known him to be. He's got a gimpy knee, ankle, a little bit of everything going. But, yeah, I got no real opinion on this game, but I do think it will be fiercely contested, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a battle for first place. Both teams 6-6 in the North, so it should be a good game to watch, actually.
Seahawks at Falcons. Seattle is laying a full touchdown in Atlanta, and that tells you everything you need to know about where the Falcons are right now. Seattle's offense has playmakers, but they're inconsistent on the road. Nick, can the Falcons hang around at home, or is Seattle the right side here?
Professional money has been on the home dog. We opened Seattle 8, it's down to 7. So the Falcons have taken money. Even though Seattle's been winning, their offense hasn't looked great. I think they only had like 212 yards of offense last week against Minnesota. So, of course, they got off to a quick lead and then sort of sat on it. So they might be compelled to fire up Sam Darnold. They got to get him going in the right direction again. He started off, guns a-blazing, and he's really, really tapered off. So they got to get him back in stride. Their defense is playing excellent. It's one of the top 3 or 4 in the league. So I do think this will be a close game, though. Atlanta's rock solid at home, and their defense can slow down Seattle. So, but the early money has been for the Atlanta Falcons.
Titans at Browns. The Browns are -4, totaled at 34. This is old school football. Low total, physical defenses, and two teams that want to run the ball. 34 is a tiny number in this modern NFL. Nick, what does a bettor do with this total this low? And do you trust Cleveland laying 4?
Professionals are on Cleveland. I sort of lean that way too, and here's why. It's a battle of two rookie quarterbacks, Cam Ward, who's really struggled, and Shedeur Sanders. I think it's his third start, but Cleveland has the way, way better defense here. They're going to make life really tough on Cam Ward on the road. Cleveland can run the ball. Judkins and Sampson can run the ball. So I think there'll be less pressure on Shedeur. So look for Cleveland's defense to turn Cam Ward over a few times, and this will be an ugly one, but I do think Cleveland gets the job when it's all said and done.
Commanders at Vikings. Washington is a wild card every week, sometimes explosive, sometimes lost. Minnesota has been feisty, especially at home, and they enter as small favorites in what feels like a coin flip matchup. Nick, where do bettors find value here? Is the -2 too short or just right?
Yeah, I think it is a coin flip game. Each side's been the favorite in this game. 1 point Washington was, then Minnesota was. So I think Pick'em's a great number. The $1 million question is Minnesota's quarterback play is absolutely abysmal. They get their main guy back this week. He missed last week because of a concussion. McCarthy's back this week. If he can play better, the Vikings will be okay. They're missing everything except good quarterback play. So that's the $1 million question. Washington's coming off that brutal overtime, that 27-26 loss to Denver. So we'll see if they rebound from that. But just grab a coin somewhere out of the tray and flip it. This is definitely a coin flip game.
For sure. Broncos at Raiders. Broncos -7.5. That game's going to be played here in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. The total is 41. Denver has climbed into form late in the season while the Raiders continue to search for an identity. But this is a division rivalry and weird things happen in these games. Nick, the hook, 7.5. It's always tricky. Do the Raiders keep this within one score, or is Denver the right side in this game?
Probably Denver. The Raiders played them real tough in Denver. If you remember that game, it was like 10-7. Real ugly, low-scoring game. And that's what the Raiders need one more time. They're just so struggling on offense. They can't get Ashton Gente going, and Gino always makes a bad turnover at the wrong time. So, it's just been a rough year. Nothing's gone right. And on the flip side, everything has gone right for Denver. So, yeah, I hope the Raiders can keep it close, but I surely don't see them winning.
The Raiders have been terrible against the spread this year. It just seems like every time I bet on them, they lose and they don't cover. And I just think 7.5 points against the Broncos is not enough. I think the Broncos should be favored by at least 10, but what do I know? I'm not an expert.
Bears at Packers, one of NFL's classic rivalries. Green Bay laying almost a touchdown at home says odds makers like their momentum more than Chicago's. But the Bears have been showing flashes. They're not rolling over. Nick, does Chicago have enough firepower to cover this number, or do the Packers keep cruising at Lambeau?
I think the Packers handle their business here. The Bears have been the surprise of the NFL, first place in the NFC North right now. Everything the first-year coach has done has turned to gold, but Green Bay's defense is superior. Jordan Love's coming off a great game against Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving, he really looked sharp, and he does play his better ball in the second half of the season. So I think this one sets up well for the Packers. I think Packers -6.5 is the way to look in this one.
Yeah, and it is surprising that the Bears are in first place in the North by one game over the Packers. They're 9-3, and of course Green Bay's 8-3. But I kind of tend to agree with you. I like the Packers, especially at home. Rams at Cardinals. Rams -8, total 48.5. The storyline here, the Rams have turned into an efficient offense, and Arizona continues to rebuild. Arizona plays hard, but doesn't always have the talent to keep up. The total suggests points. Nick, is 8 too many on the road, or does L.A. justify it?
I think L.A. takes care of business here. They turned the ball over 3 times last week against Carolina and blew a game, so they'll be upset, focused, and ready to handle their business, and I think they will. Arizona's season is over. They're out of the playoffs. Kyler Murray's on the IR. They're trying to do it with Jacoby Brissett and some duct tape. So I look for the Rams to rebound here in a big way in the desert.
Okay.
Texans at Chiefs. Huge test for Houston. The Texans are young, fast, and fearless, but the Chiefs at Arrowhead will expose any weakness. Interesting that KC is laying only 3.5, smaller than usual. Nick, is the spread telling us something? Do you think the Texans can hang around?
For sure. Texans have won 4 straight. They got the best defense in the land. C.J. Stroud came out of concussion protocol after missing 3 games and looked pretty sharp last week. KC's fighting for their playoff lives. If they lose this game, they're probably going to miss the playoffs, which is pretty wild. It's going to be a chilly night, Sunday night in KC. It's going to be like 18 degrees. It's going to be a low-scoring game. The total's real low. It's like 42. So give me the better defense in that kind of situation, which is the Houston Texans. So I think this one goes to the wire.
Yeah, that's going to be a great way to end our Sunday on Sunday Night Football. And the Chiefs have disappointed a lot of their fans this year. And I think I agree with you, Nick. It's a must-win for the Chiefs. Otherwise, the risk of not going to the playoffs is at hand here in this game. Okay, let's move on to Monday Night Football. And it looks like a pretty good game. Eagles at Chargers. The Monday night always gives us a fascinating contrast. Philly's power and toughness against the Chargers' finesse and speed. The Eagles are road favorites. The Chargers are trying to claw their way to respectability. And the total of 41 suggests defense may dictate this one. Nick, do the Eagles control this game physically, or are the Chargers a live home dog?
I think a little of both. Justin Herbert had his non-throwing hand operated on Monday. He thinks he can play, so that'll be the key. I mean, if that hand doesn't hamper him, I think the Chargers will be in this thing till the very end. But if he's not 100% and he's a 50%er, I think Philly takes care of business. Philly's really been struggling a little bit offensively. So they'll probably play a little more aggressive on that side of the ball. Jalen Hurts will probably get the ball downfield to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. But like you said, it's a heck of a game. Really good Sunday night matchup, really good Monday night matchup. So we finished the week in a bang.
Yeah, it's going to be a good week. We got some great games this week in the NFL. All right, let's move over to college a little bit. We got a big UNLV game. They're at Boise State for the Mountain West Championship game. That game is tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, and it will be televised on Fox. What are you seeing here in this game, Nick?
All the money's been on Boise. They laid 3, 3.5, and 4, which I don't care for since I'm a big Rebel fan. But I do think the Rebels have a really, really good chance of winning this game. They lost last year in the championship game to Boise. They lost to them up there in the regular season to Boise. But their defense is a different unit right now. Their defense is finally playing some good football. Their offense has never missed a beat all year. And with that revenge angle, I think Dan Mullen goes up there and the Rebels find a way to win this Mountain West Championship for the city.
Yeah, well, all eyes will be on that one here in Las Vegas. It should be a good game to watch. Okay, so a lot of other college games this weekend as well. Is there anything that you're looking at more than other games this weekend?
Yeah, the big one, Big Ten Championship, Indiana, Ohio State, number 1 versus number 2, both undefeated. So doesn't get much better than that. Boomer Sports, we opened Ohio State a 6-point favorite, and all the money's been on Indiana from the professionals. They took 6 and 5, and we're down to 4.5, and they're starting to see some 4s. So Indiana's the great story of college football. They took the coach from James and Madison, Cignetti. he's gone over there and won 23 games in 2 years. I mean, he's just incredible what he's done at Indiana. So, but Ohio State's the national champion, and they got all the nil money and all the 5-star recruits. So we'll see if the little boy on the block, Indiana, can upset Ohio State.
Yeah, we got some good games this weekend, and looking forward to it all. And, of course, there's some NBA today. We have a lot of Laker fans here in Las Vegas. They're on TV tonight on Sportsnet. They're playing against Toronto. You can bet all the action with Boomers, and I want to get your analysis on how things are going right now with betting. Are you seeing more betting this year than normal? I know this is the first year that Boomers has been available, but it just seems like there's more interest in the NFL than I've seen in previous years. Are you seeing that?
Betting is at an all-time high. Everyone is embracing it. It's become more and more mainstream, just like the fabric of society. Like in England, there's a little bookmaking shop on every corner. So now that it's in 35 of the 50 states, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. There's more markets to bet on. There's prop after prop after prop. So, yeah, betting is definitely at an all-time high in this country.
And if they want to use the Boomers app, and I think everyone should have the Boomers app, because they can compare odds. I know a lot of people are loyal to other apps that they signed up with a few years ago, and they're still using them, but there's always an edge by having the Boomers app because you're going to see a differential in some of the point spreads. So how would they sign up, Nick? I know they have to make that first initial appearance to sign up, but once you get signed up, you can deposit and withdraw online, correct?
That is correct. There's 3 places to sign up in Southern Nevada. Ellis Island, Casino Valley Verde in Henderson, and Ojos Locos in North Las Vegas. So, yeah, like you said, you can be loyal to your apps. There's all sorts of good apps out there, but you'll really enjoy Boomer's app, which has got a great product. It's easy to use, and like you said, you may stumble onto a different number, which makes you a winner instead of a loser.
Yeah, it can be that close some games, and they always seem to go that way. Nick, always great insight to have you on the show. The numbers are tight, the board is deep, and this is one of the best slates we've had all season. For everyone listening, if you want the latest odds, props, and in action, then you need to head over to Boomer Sportsbook. They've got everything you need to stay ahead of the line. You can get the moves, and you can hear Nick here every Thursday and Monday. Nick, thanks again. We'll see you Monday. We'll talk a little bit about that Monday Night Football game again. And for our listeners, stay right here on the Middle Ground Radio Show. Nick, have yourself a great day.
Thanks for having me, Tom.
Take care. We'll be right back. We've got a special guest. He just walked into the studio right now, and he's coming in right now. He's going to be here with us next. His name is Peter Guzman. He's one of our more colorful guests. He's going to talk to us about politics and more on the Middle Ground next. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The Vegas Sports Report is brought to you by
UNLV. Tickets! We get you there.
We're just a few weeks away from the Las Vegas Bowl, which will be held New Year's Eve at Allegiant Stadium. It'll feature teams from the Big Ten and Pac-12. One school favored to participate is 15th-ranked Utah, which has already made a record 6 appearances in the Las Vegas Bowl. Pundits are leaning toward Illinois out of the Big Ten as the opponent. We'll find out for sure who will be playing when an announcement is made this Sunday. It's the Super Bowl of the sport as National Finals Rodeo celebrates 40 years in Las Vegas over the next 10 days. The series of NFR events runs through December 13th, during which time 9 world titles, including all-around champion, will be crowned. With 5 games left in the NFL season, the Las Vegas Raiders, who are 2-10, don't have much to play for, so they're trying new things, including signing Hall of Famer Jerry Rice's son to the practice squad. The Raiders host the Denver Broncos on Sunday.
The Vegas Sports Report is brought to you by
UNLV. Tickets! We get you there.
Football season is here, and the all-new Boomer Sportsbook wants you to know two numbers, 250 and minus 105.
Sign up for your Boomer's mobile account, and they will match your deposit up to $250 in bonus bets. Plus, they're offering minus 105 on all pro football spreads for every regular season game.
Download the Boomer Sportsbook app, then go to Ellis Island Casino in Las Vegas or Casino Valverde in Henderson to activate your account.
Boomers is where Nevada plays to win.
Learn more at betwithboomer.com.
Must be 21 or older. Terms and conditions apply. Bet responsibly.
Attorneys Bradley Schrager and Daniel Bravo of the law firm Bravo Schrager LLP provide the highest standard of work on Nevada appeals. Bravo Schrager lawyers have long experience in the appellate process. They've argued dozens of appeals and writs in the Nevada Supreme Court and Court of Appeals over many years, and they produce clear, compelling, and persuasive legal briefs in support of your case. Bravo Schrager LLP knows the complex appeal process in Nevada inside and out. If your case is going on appeal, contact Bravo Schrager LLP at 702-996-1724 or visit bravoschrager.com. Bravo Schrager LLP knows the complex appeal process in Nevada inside and out. If your case is going on appeal, contact Bravo Schrager LLP at 702-996-1724 or visit bravoschrager.com. Attorneys Bradley Schrager and Daniel Bravo of the law firm Bravo Schrager LLP provide the highest standard of work on Nevada appeals. Bravo Schrager LLP, your Nevada law firm for appeals.
Looking to buy or sell luxury real estate in Las Vegas? Trust Chip Madsen, a top producing realtor with over 18 years of experience in the luxury home and commercial property markets. Known for his honesty, hard work, and success, Chip has built strong client relationships through attention to detail. As a Las Vegas resident since 1997, he understands the local market inside and out. Whether it's residential, industrial, land, office space, or retail, Chip has a proven record of handling it all. Partner with Chip at Is Luxury, the #1 luxury real estate team in the Las Vegas Valley, and experience unparalleled service. Contact Chip today at 702-420-3332 or visit isluxury.com/Chip Madsen to start your real estate journey. Trust Chip Madsen, 702-420-3332 or visit isluxury.com/Chip Madsen to start your real estate journey.
Ready to transform your body, boost your energy, and feel your best? Welcome to OC Body Fit at Tivoli Village. We offer personalized training for all ages and fitness levels, perfect for beginners, injury recovery, or pushing toward your next big goal. Our expert trainers focus on you with customized plans and proper techniques. Enjoy small group classes that bring the motivation of a community with the personal attention you need. Don't wait. Start your journey to a stronger, healthier you today. Call or text 702-978-8263 to book your free consultation now. OC Body Fit, your ultimate fitness destination.
In today's world, for the first time in history, 5 generations share the workplace, and too often they speak different languages. Enter Marla Letitia. She connects the dots with insight, empathy, and energy. From Gen Z to Baby Boomer, from stereotypes and objectification to understanding and compassion, Marla bridges generations with a message that brings the workplace or organization together. Ready to elevate your team or audience? Visit speakermarla.com and book Marla today, because real connection starts with one voice.
I'm attorney Paul Powell. Over the past 25 years, thousands of Las Vegans hired me as their injury lawyer. You know, when you hire me, I won't take more money than you at the end of your case. It's the Paul Powell promise, and I put it in writing. That means my clients get back hundreds of thousands of dollars every single year, from my pocket to yours. What other lawyer does that? You already know that answer. No one.
Paul Powell. More lawyer, less fee.
We're back with you again live here on the Middle Ground Radio Show, and it's so good to be with you on this beautiful Thursday, and I've got a great guest here in the studio. He's joining us again. He's a great friend of the program and one of the most influential voices for business in Southern Nevada, Peter Guzman, President and CEO of the Latin Chamber of Commerce. Peter is in the trenches every day with thousands of entrepreneurs, small business owners, and community leaders. He sees the challenges, the trends, and the opportunities shaping our economy long before they hit the headlines. And today, we're going to take a true middle ground look at the state of small business in Nevada, what's working, what's not, where's growth coming from, and where's it going, and what we should expect moving into 2026. Peter, always a pleasure to have you here on the show.
Well, always a pleasure as well, Tom. Enjoy you, and as you, many know, we have a close friendship, and I consider you as an advisor to me as well. But one thing I don't like this morning is the fact that you put me on at 8:30, so I didn't get the good morning that I love to hear. Can I get one?
You're going to get your good morning, Las Vegas.
There we go.
How's that?
Now I'm ready. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's kick it off. What do you want to talk about?
It's like Good Morning Vietnam, right? That's where
it is.
You know, I love that. That was
so amazing.
When I saw that movie, I always said I want to do that, but I wasn't in Vietnam, so I decided to change it to Las Vegas.
And you and I love radio. We share that in common. And one of the things that always stood out to me was in the movie American Graffiti. I don't know if you remember that.
Wolfman Jack Show, baby.
There you go.
This is a Wolfman.
And then they went down to the studio to see what that voice looked like, and there he was, Wolfgang. So that really turned me on to radio big time.
You know, I used to listen to Wolfman Jack on, I think it was XPRS in Ensenada. And
Ensenada, because they had 100,000 watts.
100,000 watts. And, of course, the most allowable in the U.S. was 50,000.
Yeah, that's right.
So you could hear the Wolfman no matter where you were.
How great is that? How great is that?
Goodness.
Let me give a shout-out to one of the most beautiful, sexiest women alive, and her name is Marla Letitia.
Oh.
I love Marla.
Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging her, and I love her, too.
I know you do.
I do very much. Okay, so, Peter, let's get on with some business, because we only have a half hour today. I'm sorry, but, you know, we're ending the middle ground at the end of this year, and we're jam-packed with guests this final month, and I wanted to get you on one more time.
No, I appreciate it. This makes me the most attended guest ever on your show. I think I'm now ahead of Steve Wolfson.
Yeah, Steve Wolfson is definitely competing for the lead with you, but it's a pretty close match right now coming down the stretch. Okay, so Peter, you're at the center of nearly every major issue facing our state. In this past legislative session, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit
talking about the unspecial session?
Very unspecial. And it drew a lot of criticism from both sides. Governor Lombardo took heat as well, first with the special session and the film tax proposal that ultimately failed, and then with his crime bill, which was heavily amended, included provisions he wasn't thrilled about, but he still had to sign it. From your vantage point, Peter Guzman, how do you evaluate this most recent session and the dynamics at play? And as a preview for our listeners, we're going to have the majority leader on the show next week to offer her perspective, but I want to just kind of get your analysis.
You see if she'll want to debate with me here. I'll come to the show.
Would you want to debate with the majority leader?
No. There's no purpose.
Because I want to evaluate who the winners and losers were from this session. You know, I mean.
Well, listen. Let's get into that.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's interesting. Winners and losers, right? You know, I think that overall the loser was the voters. Mm-hmm. They're the losers in that unspecial session, and I'll tell you why. And I've been saying this to folks in my inner circle for a while now. My fear of all the circus atmosphere of Washington, D.C., and that's not a pro or against anybody. That's just a circus. Mm-hmm. My fear, and I've been telling people this, is that comes to the local and state level. And I was hoping it never did, but I'm now witnessing it at the state level, which is really bad because they can get away with that at the federal level, right? Because what it ends up doing is they argue with each other and nothing gets done. And sometimes nothing getting done in D.C. is better for the locals. Okay?
Yeah.
But when it happens locally, that's not good. And so what you saw was people, putting lines in the sand against Joe Lombardo because he's a Republican, and that's the only reason. That's not how you debate policy. That's not what you're elected for. You are elected to help decide whether a policy is good for your voters or not, good for the taxpayers. And that's not happening. What's happening is we're against you and you're against us. How is that good for anybody?
Well, I agree. And that's the problem with partisan politics.
and
that we're going through, and that's
now
why we
hitting
created
the local level.
And we created this show called The Middle Ground because we wanted to be in the middle. We wanted to see things get done. But let's talk about the governor's agenda. Okay, he put together an agenda. Those are things that he wanted to see get through. And of course, the film tax got all the noise. That was the one that everyone was talking about. It was the last thing we voted on. Is after they voted on that, everybody went home. He wanted it. The unions wanted it. Why didn't the film tax pass?
Well, Tom, you said something there that everybody went home after that vote. No.
Some actually went home before the vote.
Hold on. Let me be clear here. Some went home before the vote.
Right, and that's wrong.
Now think about that for a second.
That's terrible.
That's what I'm talking about, this nonsense now hitting the local level. What elected official can look his constituents in the eye and be proud to say, I drove home early. I got out earlier.
And who went home?
Screw you,
Who
Jeff
left?
Stone.
Who left?
Screw you, Senator Stone.
Who else?
Who didn't have the courage to stay there and face it. That's what you're elected to do.
Yeah.
And so, listen, I'm not going to I probably went already too far saying a name, but I did. And
I'm glad you did,
and
though.
I live by it. But here's the deal. Whether you like the film tax or not, you're supposed to be there and debate and say why you don't.
Yeah.
At least those that were there, whether you like them or not, guys like Ira Hansen and Dina Neal, I'll give one from each side. At least they were there. At least they looked in the camera in the eye and looked at voters in the eye and looked at lobbyists in the eye and said, hey, I'm for this or I'm against this. That's what you want out of your elected officials. The idea that an elected official could get in their friggin' car and leave lacks so much courage that anybody who did that should be absolutely just never allowed in that building again.
Well, you were elected to represent your constituents and vote on matters.
You're elected to face the music. You're elected to look people in the eye and tell them why you're for or against policy.
Okay.
That's how it's done.
I totally agree with you.
You got me fired up on this one.
No, and I know I did. And I know that your membership was in support of the film tax
The majority
proposal.
of them. Not everybody's, listen, Tom, not everybody's in 100% agreement with anything, right? That's what a democracy is. That's the greatest of our country.
Right.
Yes, the majority of my members, especially those in construction, they wanted to see it because, we went through this with Allegiant Stadium, as we've talked about before, and it benefited a lot of my members and a lot of our community. And so I am pro-growth. I am pro-construction. I don't always like everything perfectly, at the end of the day, but I'm willing to say that.
Were you for the film tax? As the president of the Latin Chamber of Commerce, did you support it?
The Latin Chamber of Commerce testified in favor of the film tax.
Okay. And why did it fail?
Well, it probably failed because, let me answer it this way. I've heard from some why they voted yes and no, right?
Yeah.
But others left the building.
Yeah.
We haven't heard why yet.
Right.
I want to hear why.
Well, was it because
it failed because it didn't get enough votes?
Oh, of course. But was the big issue the transferable tax credits?
No
was
question.
that the deal killer?
Yeah. I believe, and I did my own research because I have access to these folks, and I talked to some of the folks that said yes, voted yes, and voted no. And the no's were definitely, there was a question asked, can a guarantee be in place that the tax credits will not leave the state of Nevada? And that was a line in the sand for some folks.
And that was, and I don't agree with transferable tax credits. No. Okay. I watched a podcast yesterday with George Harris and Heidi Harris. And of course, George Harris is running for the state Senate, and he is vehemently opposed to giving the film companies all this money and then allowing them to sell their tax credits. And I agree with him on that. He also didn't think the location was a good location.
I listened to a little bit of the interview, too, and I can't say for 100% or not, but it almost sounded like wasn't going to be in favor of any taxpayer money ever going for projects. I don't know that for a fact. I think that's a good question. Maybe you should have him on and ask, because that would mean there would be no Allegiant Stadium, and that would mean there's no A's stadium being built right now. And a lot of men and women did really, really well in their Allegiant Stadium, and more importantly, this community has benefited tremendously because of Allegiant
And
Stadium.
I think we would have benefited if we had the film studios come to Las Vegas. You know, Peter, you've been here your whole life. I've been here since 1970. We've talked about diversification since I came to town, and that was in 1970. And we've really never been able to totally diversify. We have become a sports team, or a sports town, I should say, but we've never really fully diversified. You know, we've got Tesla up north, which is great, and but we're not doing what we should be doing. And I think the film industry coming here would have been a big start.
Well, too bad you weren't Senator Letizia and voting in favor of it. You could have been the one vote.
And I wish I was, but I'm not. But I'm here with you on the middle ground, and we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back. I want to talk. I got a whole list of things to talk about.
Well, let's just take this show to 10 o'clock today.
You know, can we do that, Andy? Can we go all day? Peter Guzman, 24/7 on the middle ground? I mean, why not? Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Why don't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind just a little.
Looking to buy or sell luxury real estate in Las Vegas? Trust Chip Madsen, a top producing realtor with over 18 years of experience in the luxury home and commercial property markets. Known for his honesty, hard work, and success, Chip has built strong client relationships through attention to detail. As a Las Vegas resident since 1997, he understands the local market inside and out. Whether it's residential, industrial, land, office space, or retail, Chip has the proven record of handling it all. Partner with Chip at Is Luxury, the #1 luxury real estate team in the Las Vegas Valley, and experience unparalleled service. Contact Chip today at 702-420-3332 or visit isluxury.com/Chip Madsen to start your real estate journey. Trust Chip Madsen, 702-420-3332 or visit isluxury.com/Chip Madsen to start your real estate journey.
Attorneys Bradley Schrager and Daniel Bravo of the law firm Bravo Schrager LLP provide the highest standard of work on Nevada appeals. Bravo Schrager lawyers have long experience in the appellate process. They've argued dozens of appeals and writs in the Nevada Supreme Court and Court of Appeals over many years, and they produce clear, compelling, and persuasive legal briefs in support of your case. Bravo Schrager LLP knows the complex appeal process in Nevada inside and out. If your case is going on appeal, contact Bravo Schrager LLP at 702-996-1724 or visit bravoschrager.com. Bravo Schrager LLP knows the complex appeal process in Nevada inside and out. If your case is going on appeal, contact Bravo Schrager LLP at 702-996-1724 or visit bravoschrager.com. Attorneys Bradley Schrager and Daniel Bravo of the law firm Bravo Schrager LLP provide the highest standard of work on Nevada appeals. Bravo Schrager LLP, your Nevada law firm for appeals.
He's the man behind the message, the strategist with 54 years of unstoppable success. From mayoral races to national headlines, he delivers. Tom Letizia, the maestro of media. The name behind 10,000 commercials, $1 billion in ad spend, and a legacy of political wins. Need to win hearts, shift public opinion, or manage a crisis? Visit LetitiaAgency.com, where your message meets its moment.
I'm Latoya Silman from News 3.
And I'm Dana Wagner.
There are a lot of questions behind a single headline.
And those answers can lead to more questions.
News 3 at 6 in depth gives you context, laying out facts, impacts, perspectives, and what to expect as the story develops.
It's an entire newscast dedicated to getting answers about the day's most talked about stories.
Watch News 3 at 6 in depth weekdays on all of your devices.
And on YouTube at News 3 Las Vegas.
KMCQ on-time traffic. It's powered by Meineke Car Care Centers. Right now, you can get an oil change for only $34.95. Meineke, doing car care right.
A lot better on the drive in from the northwest. 90. There. The interchange got a new accident. You'll have the northwest intersection of Durango and Grand Teton closed down after an overnight deadly accident. Out on the east side streets, police activity on Tropicana eastbound before Las Vegas Boulevard. Also an east side injury accident at Harmon and Spencer to steer clear of. Clear sunny skies, a little bit cooler today, only reaching the upper 50s. It's 46 degrees right now at the airport. I'm Mark Thomas with your on-time traffic, brought to you by Meineke Car Care Centers on AM 670 KMZQ.
Why don't you just meet me in the middle? That's where we are right here on the Middle Ground Radio Show. Tom Letizia with our guest this morning, Peter Guzman, the president of the Latin Chamber of Commerce. Peter, I've been going to Latin Chamber of Commerce events for many, many years, going back to Otto's days. But this Saturday night, something very special is happening. You are having maybe the biggest event in the history of the Latin Chamber of Commerce. You're going to have over 800 people present for your annual holiday gala. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it is definitely the biggest, and if you saw the guest list, I've been looking at all the names. It's the who's who, and from small business to big business, and everything in between. Every color, every ethnicity will be in there, and we're honoring some incredible people. And but most importantly, we're kicking off 50 years, and to do this in front of one of my heroes, one of my mentors, Otto Merida. He'll be in the room. It's going to be a special evening, and he's going to get honored. He's going to see something that he didn't even know was really happening, which is the Latin Chamber documentary. We'll have a 2.5-minute trailer of it. It's not completed yet, but the trailer is, and that's going to kick off next year, man. He's going to have a documentary finally about his life and his journey, and I'm so honored to be the guy carrying his legacy and making sure that his legacy is never forgotten.
Now, that's a video that was produced by Robin Greenspun, correct?
Correct, and her production team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing that. And, of course, we all love Otto. That's how I met you, by the way, way back when you were working as the second man in the organization. And now, of course, Otto is being honored on this Saturday night. Latin Chamber sold out, so I can't help you promote selling more seats.
Yeah.
You've sold a lot of them already.
It's done. We can't fit any more in the room.
Wow, it's going to be a fun event. Okay, let's talk about some of the small business and Latino entrepreneurship issues. Russell, did you have a question for Peter Guzman about that?
Peter, what are you hearing from younger entrepreneurs, especially in their 20s and 30s, that's different from older generations?
Well, that's an interesting question, Russell, and I appreciate it. I think what we hear from younger people is things like they don't need office space, they don't need brick and mortar. Their whole mentality is more of a AI, online, Wi-Fi type businesses, and that's way different, obviously, than entrepreneurs of the past. And younger people are embracing AI at a much faster pace, and good for them for doing that. So that brings its own set of challenges, and we'll see, because there's a lot of brick and mortar space that doesn't have any tenants, and so we'll see how that's gonna work itself out.
As we look ahead right now, Peter, into the new year, are there certain sectors that are growing faster than others, whether it be construction, hospitality, or professional services?
Well, are we talking in Las Vegas or in general?
In Las Vegas.
Yeah, in Las Vegas, the sports entertainment, sports therapy, sports research, that is now starting to catch some steam, which is something that we really wanted. I was part of I was actually chairman of part of the Super Bowl host committee, and we talked about bringing sports type research and therapy to Las Vegas, and it's starting to happen now. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm. How's the overall state of the workforce? Are we seeing a shortage in some of the trades or service industries?
Well, we're not seeing enough cranes in construction, mm-hmm. and so
which we could have if we approve the film bill.
That was one of the arguments.
Yeah.
So that's an issue for me. I want to see more construction happening. I think that's good for Las Vegas, good for Nevada, and so hopefully we'll get construction going.
Right. Russell, you had a question about the Latino economic power. Can you ask Peter about that?
Peter, we hear a lot about the Latino economy. Put that into real language. What does that mean for jobs and growth?
Well, I'll put it in real language. It's approaching $4 trillion. That's with a T. $4 trillion of the American economy, and it's about $25 billion in Nevada. And so that's a force. That's a force to embrace, not be afraid of. Mm-hmm. That's what we push at the Latin Chamber of Commerce. Business is business. And, with the growth at our chamber being 29% over the last 3 years, non-Hispanic business owners, they're listening to our message. Yeah. Business should be done, and it doesn't matter who I'm doing it with.
Yeah. What about, we talked a little bit about sports a little earlier, the Raiders, Formula One. We had the Super Bowl here. Do major events help small businesses, or does the benefit skip the smaller operators?
Yeah, there are some who say that, and I push back on that, and I've called BS nonsense on it because my members benefit from every one of those events. Mm-hmm. So anybody who says it does not benefit small businesses out of their mind, they're not paying attention.
Yeah.
How do you like that?
Are we still getting pushback on the Raiders? I mean, I think the Raiders have proved the success by filling the stadium every week.
I'm not hearing any pushback anymore on the
Legion Stadium. But we did for a while, remember?
Yeah. We did. But Allegiant Stadium is so much more than the Raiders now. It's the events, the concerts they hold there are tremendous.
Yeah, no, it's been great. And I think the A's are going to do very well here.
Yeah, and don't forget about our Vegas Golden Knights that actually brings, hockey has a big base that travels.
Yeah.
And so that means people are buying rooms.
Yeah, so as we look ahead, Peter, we're going into 2026 in less than a month. What are we seeing? What's on the horizon for 2026 here in Las Vegas?
Well, listen, I think I'm a little nervous about a few areas. The stock market is very tech heavy, mm-hmm. and so if tech takes a hit, the whole market could, obviously take an adjustment. So I'm a little nervous about that. I'm a little nervous about the tariffs and the effect they are gonna continue to have or not have. So these are things to monitor and watch. I am getting a little nervous about the whole immigration situation, right? Because I'm hearing from my restaurant owners that there's less people in the restaurants. I'm hearing from my my grocery store owners that they're doing extremely great. So grocery stores are doing great, restaurants aren't. What does that mean, Tom? You know what that means? It means people buying groceries and staying home.
Yeah, and that's bad.
And that's not good.
No, it's not good. And overall, what kind of a grade would you give the Las Vegas economy right now?
I would give it a B.
A B.
Not an A.
So it's not bad.
It's not bad. People still doing well, but there's serious room for improvement.
Yeah. Well, of course, next year we have the midterms coming up.
We sure do.
And I think the Republicans who are in control right now are going to do whatever they can to make this economy better. So perhaps,
Steve, I want to say this. I asked Steve Wynn point blank one day in his office. We were in the beginnings of a recession, mm-hmm. and I said, what do we do about this? And you know what he said? He said, let me tell you how we do it here at the Wynn. We build our way out of recessions.
Mm-hmm.
Construction.
Yeah. Yeah, and we've always done that. And we
need cranes in the air, Tom.
Our economy is based on growth, and that's why I was so disappointed about the film tax not getting through at this session. I think we blew an opportunity, and I want to hear from those legislators that were not in the room when the vote took place. Okay, Andy, what do we got? We got some music?
Oh, you're not going to hit me with those fireball questions. I love it.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, you are? Oh, God.
Well, it's actually called, we have a name for it. It's called the lightning round.
Lightning round.
But
Let's
fireball's
go.
okay. We could maybe change it next year to fireball. Okay. These are quick questions, and Peter Guzman has never been a guy that could give you quick answers, but I'm going to force him to do that now. Your go-to Las Vegas hidden gem restaurant for out-of-towners.
Piero's.
You always say that. How about Bagel Mania? You like that place too, don't you?
I sure do.
Finish this sentence. Las Vegas in 10 years will be...
booming.
A small business in Vegas that inspires you right now. Name it if you can.
Oh, wow. Maite Salazar Consulting.
All right. What's the most underrated business opportunity in Nevada today?
I would say sports therapy and research.
Peter Guzman, we love you. We always enjoy having you
Shout
here.
out to Kevin McMahill out there. I know he's listening right now.
Thank you, and thank you, everybody. Take care. Have a